Prepare to qualify.
You'll laugh. You'll cry. You'll certainly wonder why you watched a semi-useless show.
Hello to all you schmoes out there. Welcome to another edition of a semi-useless show. Does it seem like the intro went longer than normal, or did I just start like earlier?
I'm not sure. Maybe that did happen. I have no idea. I wasn't listening.
Kind of messed me up. I was like ready to introduce you, but then I was like, wait, the song's still going on. I don't think he ever talks while the song's going on. So maybe I just did the intro too fast or some shit.
Who was it that you were talking about that was talking?
What do you mean? No, you. Usually I introduce you and say, you know.
Oh, yeah. You should do that.
Yes. I'm your host, Jim. Right over here we have our co-host, Bill.
A.K.A. Phil Opium Tube.
Fallopian Tube. Nice. And next to him we have our co-host, Sam.
Konnichiwa.
Okay. So yes.
Is that like a Chihuahua Coney Island hot dog?
No, that's hello in Japanese or something.
Oh, Konnichiwa sounds like a
Japanese or Chinese?
Food substance of some sort.
I'm pretty sure it's Japanese. So anyways,
It's Japanese.
the first thing I want to get into.
Oh, good afternoon it is.
Oh, good afternoon to you.
Or good day.
Wow.
Good day, my friend.
Good day to you, sir.
So the first thing I want to get into is, for some reason, I was thinking about wrestling, and I was thinking of The Rock.
Did you beat your wiener?
No.
Is that what happened? You wrestled your wiener?
Yeah. My wiener always wins. It's always the wiener. Anyways, so I started thinking about The Rock and who would be like a great, what's something we haven't seen The Rock do? And I was thinking he should face Brutus the Barber Beefcake, and Brutus should have those big ass scissors. So it should be The Rock versus Scissors. And then I fell asleep, blah, blah. I woke up in the middle of the night. I was like, oh my gosh, with pay-per-view coverage. So it'd be Rock versus Scissors with pay-per-view coverage. It would have been one of the greatest things ever.
And
Still could happen.
There we go.
Half our audience might not even know who Barber the Beefcake is, but
Yeah, Brutus the Barber Beefcake used to come out with these big-ass scissors, so he would face against The Rock.
and I just thought it was a British bulldog with long hair.
Yeah. Well, wouldn't you think that Brutus was... Because the bulldog came after.
Right.
Brutus.
I don't know.
That's
Well,
amazing.
because I was watching old tapes, I just assumed they were both around the same time, and I was like, yeah, back when there was VHS tapes, I was watching the Royal Rumbles and stuff like that. And there
But
was
the
Brutus
weirdest
Barber.
thing is I think they are brothers or brother-in-laws somehow. Those two.
Interesting.
Like, it's weird. Like, you would think they were brothers because they look exactly alike, but they're actually like brother-in-laws or something. So I want to give a shout out to everybody watching on Facebook. We do this on YouTube Live, but we dual cast it onto Facebook. So I want to give a shout out to everybody. Some of the people who've, been watching a lot. Shout out to Gills, who contributed a lot last week. Not sure if he's a huge wrestling fan, but I think it'd be
Did you
cool.
have a show like without us? Because I don't remember. This was 2
What?
weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, right?
I think it was a month ago. It was a month
Oh my
ago.
God. I was
We
gonna
did a
say,
show without you. Yeah.
Holy shit! Was that
Yeah.
your microphone just blowing up, Sam?
Hang on.
Sam just literally
We did a show without you.
microphone.
Now we can never do a show again because our
Right.
eardrums are blown out.
What's that?
What did you do? Attach to your microphone to a
All right. Can you hear
fucking generator or something?
Can
Now
you
he
hear me?
can't even hear you at all. I think
Yeah.
he blew out his microphone.
Captain Blue Albano.
All right. Can you hear me?
A little bit.
For a second we did.
All right. Is it loud or good now?
It's all right.
It's okay.
All right.
Yeah,
Good.
it's not quite loud enough, but it's
Sound like
okay.
you're screaming for.
Yeah.
So, speaking of rock,
Yes.
Did you know that there is a stone-looking substance named Cummingtonite, and it's named after Cummington, Massachusetts?
Oh, but is it tonight? Like,
It's actually it's spelled Cummingtonigt. Cummingtonite.
just a GT, no H or no ITE.
No, Tonight.
Oh, HT, which doesn't even make sense because if it was like a scientific and it ends in NI, it would end in NITE. So they are just trolling everybody by putting in IGHT.
I looked at it as there's a because it's from Massachusetts. There's a mass coming tonight.
Masturbation. Chooses.
Yeah, masturbation Massachusetts. It is weird. It's sounds like I'm making this up, but look up "coming tonight" stone at some point in time in your
I'm
life.
not-
It's
I'm not
real.
looking up coming tonight.
Nah.
There's an incredible image of a meteorite smashing into a star. You need to look it up. They call it Dawn compilation. So if you want to look it up, do you want me to spell it for you? Or?
Compilation. Sure, I'll be looking that up.
It's DONG.
Are you trying to think compilation is the same thing as constellation, and you're trying to sound smart?
Maybe that's what the problem was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't look up Dawn compilation.
There's supposedly there's a street in Britain that they named like 200, 300 years ago called Cunt Swallow.
Cunt swallow.
Yeah, they did it on purpose. There's like, let's just make the nastiest sounding street in the world. I think supposedly it was like 200 years ago.
Right.
Let me see. Let me look that up real quick.
Was it in the red light district by any chance?
Which country did you say?
England, I think.
England. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
I think everything was a red light district back 200 years ago
Probably.
Yeah.
Maybe.
in England, especially.
Cunt swallow just sounds like it'd be a lady's last name in Britain, though. I would just if you said cunt swallow, oh, where does she live? Britain. I'd just be like, that makes sense.
It's just a weird combination of word.
Like Dawn compilation.
How about a mess of two shits?
Was that Jake?
No, that was Carl.
Oh.
Carl Sagan?
Yes, that was Carl Sagan, and then he said something about compilation.
Hot Carl? That involves poo-poo, too.
Massive two shits.
Massive
But
two shits.
Did you find what you were talking about, Sam, with cunt swallow?
Oh,
It's so
I can't
weird. Cunt swallow is like...
It's
if you
like saying it. It's nothing. It's cunt swallow. Did you find that cunt swallow, Sam? By any chance?
Street.
Laying around in the
It's
road.
really a bad thing to be looking up, too, in Google.
I don't think it exists, so it'd be hard to find it.
Flag just popped up on his thing.
Now I can't find anything about it.
Yeah,
Maybe
you
I just
totally-
dreamt
it.
Maybe I dreamt that. Yeah.
It did.
All right.
Yeah.
That explains that.
It's part of Jimmy's dream with the rock, paper, scissors.
One of those top
Right.
10 rude roads. All right, there we go.
Rock, paper, swallow.
There's Swallow
No,
Street.
It was cunt, penis, scissors.
Penis scissors.
Oh, there's one called Grope Cunt.
Hey, since I think he's watching right now, so, and I probably said this 5,000 times while he was there, but I went to, what up, Neil? So this is what I got to say. This was our cousin, and I was hammered, so I went to the Bills game, and all of a sudden I hear, hey, Jimmy. I turn around, and it's not only someone who's related to us, which could be normal at a Bills game, but it's somebody who lived there, moved to Dallas, and randomly came back for that Bills game, sitting 2 rows behind me. The odds of that were insane.
That is insane.
Who was it?
Yeah.
Who is this person?
It's Neil Slocum. I don't know if you remember him.
Neil
You
Slocum?
son of a bitch.
I'm serious. Slocum, Combe. He's a Tellerico. He's related.
We thought
to
you said slow cum.
Slow. I mean, that's kind of how you pronounce it.
Oh, my,
Well,
that
we're
wasn't a
just talking
joke?
about-
That wasn't a joke?
We're talking about names,
No,
and then you go say something
Your
like
cousin.
that.
No, it's no joke. But either way,
Just for the record, it was Jimmy that made us think that it
Yeah.
sounded bad
He
by
made a joke.
accident.
yes. No,
What a great
I
way
knew-
to introduce a new family member, us making
Yeah.
fun of his last name. Thanks
Yeah.
a lot, Jimmy.
And he's not a new. What does that mean? New family member? Just because
He's like 5 years old. He
Oh,
won't
no,
even,
it doesn't mean
he
he's new.
doesn't even know what we're talking about. That's how new he is. He's 5. He's
No.
like, hey, Jimmy. He's like tugging on your pant leg at the football game.
At the game, I was going nuts. I was like, the odds of this are so astronomical that somebody moves to Orlando, then he moves to Dallas,
Yeah.
then back at a Bills game, 2 rows apart, is insane.
Yeah, but what are the odds of even being born in the first place?
Wow. You just went so deep, dude.
Oh, shit.
You went real deep.
You went so
Holy
deep.
That's what she said.
Coming tonight. That's all I got to say.
Oh my gosh. Shout out to everybody watching on Facebook, dude. That was what the hell? Oh, damn it. Okay, now that was my buddy Lewis. I should call him back on here because I have another story about while I was in Buffalo real quick. It was my buddy Lewis's wedding.
Oh, congratulations, Lewis, by the way.
Yeah, let me try. Or Austin. Sorry, he didn't move to Dallas. I don't know why I said Dallas.
Close enough.
Let me try and call Lewis real quick.
You're going to get everything wrong. By the end of the story of the person you're talking about, he won't even be related.
Yeah, his name's Austin.
lied.
His name's Austin, or his name's Dallas.
He lives in Lewiston.
Yeah.
Oh, God. It wasn't a Bills game.
Oh shit! Let me try and call him, see if he answers.
Did you
I
say,
have the greatest.
Did you say, let me try colon?
Yes.
What is wrong with your words today?
Colin Powell.
See if he answers. You're the one with the fart sound effects.
Here we go. I'll see if he answers.
Blown up.
If he doesn't, he has like the best. Oh, he has it. I
Hello?
think he's in. Yo, what up? Can you hear me? It's Jimmy.
What up, Dallas?
What do you moved?
No, no. This is the show number. You're on the show right now.
You moved.
On the show?
Yeah, we
Yes,
moved.
you're on the show.
We moved to 7:40 instead of 7:30.
Hey, what's up? Hey, I was just because I wanted to tell the story about at the wedding what had happened was.
What
Oh,
had happened?
God.
It was so great. So
With Fergs? With Fergs?
yes, one of the greatest actually the greatest moment in my life was me and Michael Ferguson, our cousin, were arguing about Lewis had gotten me this Cornelius chicken statue that weighs like 50 pounds. I was sleeping one night, and all of a sudden I woke up and there was a chicken staring at my face one morning, or rooster, whatever it is. Rooster, I mean.
There was a cock in your face. Just get out of
Yeah,
the
there was a
story.
cock.
No, didn't you tell me that Lewis didn't know his name was Cornelius for years? You guys named. I even knew it was Cornelius, and you had to recently tell him. And he was like, "What the hell is a Cornelius?"
Yeah, he didn't know it was Cornelius. So anyways, me and Michael were arguing about where I got it at. Was it at my grandma's or at my house, whatever. So I go up to confirm with Lewis congratulations once again. And Lewis says, no, it was definitely at your house. And I was like, okay, cool, because me and Michael were arguing. He's like, oh, don't worry. When you go over there, I'll give you a thumbs up that it was at, it was at your house.
Your
I'm like,
mom's.
all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, cool. So I go over to Michael Ferguson and I go, hey, I tap him on the shoulder. I go, Lewis wants to put his penis in your butthole. And he turns around and Lewis is there with a grin and a thumbs up. Just like that, right?
Confirming it.
Amazing. And then I started going nuts. I was like, yes, I got him so much. And then Lewis
I
was
don't
like,
know how
wow,
thought
did you have
about that within like the 5 seconds that you walked over there?
what's that?
I don't know how you thought about asking him that, like how you got that.
I had
within,
no,
like, the 5
dude, it was
seconds
so
of you
quick
walking
too.
over there.
It was pretty quick because it was literally like 10 steps. And as I was walking, I'm like, oh my God, this is perfect.
It was great. I hate to admit it, but yes, I was giving thumbs up.
Yes,
Like
he was giving
hardcore.
thumbs up. And then I thought about it. At least it was
More than
your
you know.
penis in his butthole and not, vice versa. At least you were pitching, and not catching.
And you guys were arguing about where you left your cock.
Yeah, that's the best part, is we're arguing about that. So,
Cornelius.
but anyways, Lou, had a great time. I saw you called, so I thought I'd bring up that story and try and call you on here. But I'll give
Congratulations.
you a call a little bit later, and congratulations
Thank you.
from a semi-useless show.
Thank you, guys.
See you
All right.
later, Austin.
See you later.
All right, bye.
So yeah. And then I walked up to my wife. I was like, that was the greatest moment in my life. And she's like, you mean greatest funny moment? I'm like, nope. That happened. Sophia being born and our wedding day. First was,
In that order.
because the odds of that were amazing. But then I started thinking about being born, and that was pretty crazy too.
Meanwhile, she's filling out divorce papers. It's like, I'll show you the greatest thing in your life.
Exactly. So speaking about gay sex and stuff,
Should I be coming up with something real quick?
yeah, I'll give you a hint.
Okay.
No, the water. It's a vagina.
Flugina. It's flugina.
Vagina. I was trying to do it too fast. I messed up. But
Watch out for the monster known as flugina, ladies and gentlemen, because supposedly there's this chick. I didn't write any of this down. I heard it on the news. There was this chick that went in for a surgery, and they attached her vagina tube to her ass and her ass tube to her vagina. And then she started farting, and she's like, that's not, those aren't normal things there.
Right.
I mean, it's like she could tell the queef is it's not supposed to stink. At least
Why
not
did she
that
do
much.
this, though?
Why did she do it? I have no idea. She wanted to be flagina.
yeah, what was?
Insert
Yeah.
sound drop here.
I'm sorry we're asking you so many questions since I know you have no clue. But what was actually supposed to be getting done?
I could look it up. I just hear a tube switch and I'm like, that's the story. I don't
That's
care
the
what
story,
she was
yeah.
trying to do. If she was trying to do it, it wouldn't be a news story. They would just
Right.
it would be a news story before she did it. Like, woman wants to fart out of her crotch. Then,
Right.
then it would be the title. But
Wait.
now it's like botched surgery results in woman sneezing out of her pee hole
Right. But
with a fart.
the thing that you were talking about is, who really cares about the whole farting issue? What about the pooping out of the vagina?
Yeah, that's like it's like a pre-space dock, right? I mean, like, there's basically it's just like the shuttle that holds.
No, it's like the shuttle's launching now.
It's launching it. It's not docking.
Right.
Interesting. For those of you who do not know, our cousin Larry, and I'm not going to mention his last name for working purposes or whatever, just so I don't want him to get in trouble. What's that?
Why are you bringing up him? He didn't invent that.
He's the one that told me about it.
Yeah, you don't
Yeah, but he
invent
didn't
it.
invent it.
No, of course he didn't invent it, but he was just like, you don't want to know what it is. And then because he's telling me I don't know.
He should be on the show anyway. He has today off, I think, Wednesdays.
You should get on.
Oh, yeah.
Get him on here and tell the story. But anyways, when Larry, we shared everything as far as raunchy. There was nothing that went past us. When Larry says you don't want to know, I was like, I want to know. And space
Yeah.
dock is. Should we actually say what a space dock is? I almost don't even want to say it.
We already talked about pooping out of vagina.
Yeah, but this is going in, and that's all
What's
I'm going to say. about
scissoring?
it. No.
know, but think of-
Scissoring is two lesbians going at it.
Yeah, that's what he was just doing right there, Jimmy.
I know,
Yeah, but it doesn't involve shit.
That's the position you need to be in. I was just giving the hint
Oh, okay.
position.
Right.
You do kind of have to be in the.
They can
Yeah.
kind of decide.
Yeah.
Since we're talking about poop coming out of a vagina, you know what's happening now.
And I just want to let everybody know that's watching. If you're about to click off because we're talking about this, there's also
Go ahead.
10 more people that will click on because of it, because that's the way the
Yeah.
world really is. And you just need to
Well,
accept
let's
that.
do- Speaking of that, before you do leave, make sure you just share
Keep that
this. I forgot to ever mention on Facebook Live. You guys should share this on your thing. We're done. We're pretty much done with space talk.
Yeah,
Anyway.
we're done with that anyways.
If they wouldn't like that, don't invite them anyways, because there's gonna be stuff worse than that most likely at some point.
Yeah, it might have been capped off for the night. Maybe we should have saved it for the shitty aftermath because it involved poop and it would have been later.
Right.
But oh well, let's get it out of the way.
Kids
Say, reach the low first, and then disappoint people even more later.
Yep. Exactly.
So I got a life hack for you. That's pretty disgusting.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Here we go.
You ready for it?
Yes.
Lick your wounds.
I do
Like
that.
If you have a bee, so do I. You got a bee. Well, I mean, I'll spit on it or whatever. You got a bee sting or whatever. Well, some
You
people
just
it's like,
sit there and have a wound and you just spit.
yeah. Well, I mean, here's the thing: is they say, oh, dogs' mouths are cleaner and blah 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 blah. Well, whatever. So they're supposed to be cleaner. They might have bacteria in their saliva. We might have bacteria in their saliva. This is not for that reason. The reason is you get a bee sting or you get a scrape or something like that. And I know since you guys say you do it anyways, does it not soothe it? Does it not cool down? You spit on your finger, that pH mixed with the scrape, it kind of cools it down temporarily.
It's not even weird to like spit on yourself. And
well, see, that's
it's like
the
licking
thing.
your fingers.
Yeah, but if we said it and we all didn't say that we did it at one point in time, which I didn't
I
know
don't
you
really
guys
do
did
it.
too.
I did it when I was younger a little bit more. Like if I had as long as I could reach it, I
Well, you
wouldn't.
got hurt more when you were younger too.
Right. But it wasn't that I would.
Your neck was broken. You were like,
I
No,
was
the
like,
disgusting one is because
like, suck the
trying to
blood. Like,
spit on your neck.
the disgusting one is when you pull off your Band-Aid and lick it and shit.
Yeah, I don't
that's
want
what
to.
that's what kids would
first.
do and stuff. That's supposed to be the
No.
disgusting one.
No, it's not to be disgusting. It's just you got a bee sting. You go like that before you can get the mud on there or whatever to just
right.
make sure the stinger's not still in there. But here's the thing. I know it sounds disgusting, but
Thinking forever.
no, I haven't had one either. But I bet you it would work. I don't even know if it works for sure. I'm just saying it might work.
At least 10 years since I've been stung.
Lick your finger, assuming it's clean, and then it'll temporarily smooth, as opposed to doing nothing, smooth out the pain a little bit.
But is there a legit reason, or are you just saying this?
No, I'm not saying there's any science to back it up whatsoever.
Then how do you know it's a life hack at all?
Because if you're sitting there and you're in pain and then you do it, you're like, oh, I can't get to the Neosporin or whatever. I don't even use Neosporin.
I got a life hack. When you feel like you have to take a shit, go to the toilet.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Yeah, but the thing is you could poop outside and it'll temporarily relieve what ails you at the time before you have to really go to the toilet. So it's the same thing. You're only backing up my theory. You could poop anywhere. You could also.
How come when
What's
you
that?
do have to poop, if you fart, it kind of goes away for a while?
But it stinks more.
Sometimes you shart though, and then it doesn't go away.
I know that's true.
And sometimes you shart the bed.
You're like, oh man, I really gotta poop, and then you fart a little bit, and you're like, all right, that gives me a little bit of time. But I think, are you relieving pressure behind it?
Are you talking about the fart or the licking the wounds? You're talking about the fart, right? One time I farted and I shit the bed naked. So the whole bed had to be washed.
No, but that doesn't answer my question.
I'm just telling you, it's risky. I'm just telling you there's a risk factor before we convince anybody to do this.
I'm just wondering why at all it relieves any of the pressure.
Because there's already pressure because you got to take a shit.
And the fart was adding to the pressure, yeah.
Right, so you fart.
Just like when you don't have to shit, but you have to fart.
You are farting around that.
There's pressure.
Substance, the solid. You're putting the gas around the solid and relieving the gastrointestinal.
It's just kind of like a holdover
situation.
thing. You ever notice how sometimes if you, a lot of times people say they get hungry when they smell something, but like whenever I'm really hungry and I smell food, like it's telling me, oh, that'll hold me over a little bit. Like just smelling the food.
And then you
over?
Yeah, just the smell of the food. Like I'll get less hungry if I smell food and I was already hungry.
And then you fart.
It's supposed to be the opposite, yeah.
Then
I fart.
you smell potato chips, and you're like, I want Cape Cod right now.
Yeah.
And Cheryl said that's too much info for your aunt, Bill.
It's all
About-
Jimmy.
Oh,
This is not my show. This is Jimmy's
Not a
show.
good-
so
not a good one
everything's his
for-
fault.
Oh, where you said what you did on your bed.
Oh, that. Yeah, that was
was you
Jimmy.
here during the whole
was all
spiel we were
Jimmy.
doing?
What happened?
No, but she did hear that part.
All right, good.
She probably turned it on just as Billy was saying that.
Yeah. New sheets, though. That solves the problem.
That's true.
So there's your life hack, everybody. You'll never get another good one like that out of me.
Yeah.
all
I
you-
still
that's
don't
all you
believe
get.
it's a life hack. You're just saying something that you think. You have no clue if it works.
I checked it off the list and I erased it, and I'm just going to assume it was a life hack.
Right.
I did my part to help people out in life. It's about all you're going to get.
This whole show's been a shitty format so far.
Semi-useless hacks. That's what this should be called, right?
Ass hack.
Yeah.
Whoa, Sam's blowing up over there. What'd you there?
The other thing I was going to bring up, since we're talking about like younger licking wounds and all that stuff, we're going to move on from that. But
Sounds worse.
the other thing was you were talking about, Bill, like when you were younger, being able to do some stuff easier that you can't do now.
Yeah, I actually all right, remember when you could open any wrapper, anything wrapped up. It could be Slim Jim, beef jerky, whatever. Who cares? It's like you try to open a Slim Jim wrapper, right? And then it's hard to open, then it gets greasy, you can't open it more, stuff like that. That's normal. But when you're a kid, no matter how greasy it was or whatever, you could still always open it with your teeth. You had that.
No, but they changed Slim Jim wrappers. That's why.
No, I understand that, but you still can't get into them if you had a Slim Jim already, because that little thing ain't going to pull apart like that after you have greasy fingers. So you better make sure it's your last Slim Jim ever, because at least for the day.
More about like biting stuff as like a freeze pop.
Right.
Crazy. But I still can do it, but it's not as easy as it used to be. Not that
I have
it's
to
not-
cut. I have to use what's left of my tooth to cut into things because it's sharper on that one side, because I can't tear anymore. If I try to tear into a Slim Jim, now it's not even snap into tear into a Slim Jim. It's Macho Man just saying snap into a Slim Jim and his teeth flies out, because that's what happens to me. It's like you try to open anything with your
dead,
teeth.
you know, right?
Yeah, I know. What's that got to do with anything, though? Rest in peace, Macho Man Randy Savage.
You said when he does it now, his teeth probably fly out.
Well, they really will now. And the worst part is his teeth, even with him being dead, are probably still in better condition than mine are right now.
Yeah, mine too.
Actually, biting and snapping into a Slim Jim might help my tooth go right back to where it used to be, like factory position when I was a kid. It's all
Is it just
fucking
me?
crooked now.
Or those extra thick Slim Jims actually taste better too?
Which ones?
The super thick
The
Slim
thick
Jims.
I don't know.
They
I
do
kinda like
taste
them
pretty
just
good.
like that.
They taste better than the small ones. Usually doesn't work out.
You know what it is? The small ones, they got a little meat content with like the way the wrappers are wrapped around it. So then you get that whatever it is. If you snapped into a Slim Jim and ate it and chewed on it like bubble gum, eventually it'd be like you're eating plastic if you don't swallow.
I just want that. That's the only part. I just want the outside.
That's what you want. Then you got to get a big Slim Jim, and you know you can do this. Peel the outside and just pull it right off, and just eat.
I've done that.
Every day. Yeah, it's like you could actually do that shit.
Wow.
Listen.
I think that's
You
how
guys
they get
never
the stuff in there.
plastic before?
I've seen you chew on straws and stuff like that, so probably not as much as you do. Larry used to chew on guitar picks. I'd be like, "Here, let me play," and he hands me the guitar.
Yeah, chew on
and he hands
stuff.
me a fucking mangled guitar pick. I'm like,
I
"I'm
still
supposed
chew
to
on
play with
stuff.
Right.
that?" You do.
Yep.
The other thing, which is weird that I used to be better at, is like climbing a tree. But you would think you'd be able to, like at our height, you should be able to reach a lot better
Yeah.
and be so much better at climbing a tree, but I can't
Tree
do
butt?
it. I can do it, but
I used to be
Yeah.
able to spell better when I was younger.
Not much has changed with me at all. I never could spell that good. So technically, I'm outshining you because nothing's changed on
And
that
I knew,
part with me.
and I knew cursive, and I knew algebra better.
right.
Did you say algebra?
Algebra.
It's like a little backwoods math for you, algebra. Unsuccessfully climbing a tree based on your story last time that I heard.
Oh, yeah. That was bad.
Yeah.
But I don't think I could have climbed that tree when I was younger either. It was like 25 feet to the first branch. It was unbelievable. But there was a little knob
a
I thought I
stump.
could have got to.
It was a stump. You climbed a stump, fell off of it, and scraped your legs, and then you were like, you were trying to like.
Yeah.
Billy said this doesn't burn.
Right.
If I do this, I'm just gonna life hack.
Yeah, pretty sure with you and me talking about and Sam how messed up our teeth are and all that.
Yeah.
I bet there's some kind of we're basically probably like Komodo dragons with just straight bacteria poison. So we're just getting infected if we lick our wounds.
Probably.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking that too.
Probably getting heart disease and all kinds of stuff.
You mix your two stories together about
Yeah.
not having good teeth and your life hack, it ends up being very bad.
One day I tried to remember how Mr. Perfect spit the gum and smacked
Yes.
it, and you used to get that down pat where you go, and then if you miss, you miss it, and then you try to hit it with your foot before it hits the ground, just to, like as a recovery.
I would fake the miss to hit it with my foot to look even cooler.
Oh my god!
I wasn't really missing. Yeah.
Well, our teeth are so fucked up, and our saliva is so messed up just from being bad at life. Bad at life hack is what it should be called. I would hock a loogie and do the same thing. Hole in my hand.
Nice.
It would just burn a hole right
I
in
actually booted a piece of gum over the Canadian Falls when I was there.
You did not.
I did the Mr. Perfect. And
Did you up-boot it?
it went right over the falls. It went all the way down. It was amazing. So, yeah.
Not bad.
And then I tried to show Jake after Allison saw it, and I totally missed it. Like, you ever have that one where you spit it out too far, and you're like, "There's no way I'm going to get this," and you still try. I swear, I almost pulled my groin. Oh, it's not funny. It was like this.
No.
That's
not
one
funny.
thing I'm better at now is pulling like my hamstring and pulling groins than when I was younger.
One time I spit it out too far. It hit an old lady in China.
I spit it out too far once, and it just kept circling the Earth. It's a satellite now.
It circled the Earth so much that the Earth went back in time.
Yes.
I prefer
Superman.
swallowing.
You would.
Yep. Swallowing cum. Swallowing cum.
What was that bird's name again?
Coming tonight.
I thought there was a bird named. Oh well, it's just swallow. It's already there. You don't
Yeah,
even.
swallow.
Swallow, yeah. What were we talking about earlier? Where it was
Thanks, Mother Nature.
birds. Oh, what were we talking about? Jail and
What?
Remember
No,
our
this is not even a show
conversation?
anymore. This is reminiscing.
Yeah,
Horrible.
how to survive in jail. Remember that?
Jailbird?
Oh, how you how did if you're Italian and you want to get out of jail?
No, where you said
Oh.
you go up to where they used to say you go up to the biggest guy and you try and
Oh,
beat 'em
you're
up.
supposed to punch him in the face, and then everybody respects you or something like that.
Yeah.
and then I said you should go up to the biggest guy and just blow him.
Yeah.
And then you just what did I say? Basically, it just ended up being where the best way to get through it is blow everybody.
Yeah,
And
just
then
blow.
make sure people know that you don't talk with your mouth full. So when you're blowing people, you can't be telling on anybody. So you're not a rat or whatever.
Yeah.
And then Bill said,
It was much better
don't-
when we talked about it before, but what did I say?
you said you don't want to be a stool pigeon. Remember?
Because you don't want to eat shit?
No. I said,
Oh,
since
it's
you're-
better to blow somebody than be a stool pigeon.
Yeah, that's what you said. And I said, since you can't talk with your mouth full and you're always blowing people, you can't be a stool pigeon. And I was like, it's better to be a swallow than a stool pigeon. It's funny that you brought up a swallow bird and we had that conversation.
That's what I was trying to think of.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of the greatest thing that happened this week, and that was me and you talking about that for some reason. Prison sex was the highlight of our week.
Yeah, you're just. I don't even know why. Why would we talk about just nonstop blowing people if we're in prison?
You got to blow your way out of jail. That's
Yeah.
basically it.
Um,
That's all that's left for you to do. Yep. Little awkward at the end there. No problem. Just blow your way out of jail. End of story.
Exactly.
Life hack number 2.
Hang on one second. Let me refresh this a little bit.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
Hang on one second. Oh, speaking of hanging.
Okay.
I know this was almost a month ago because we didn't do a show for almost a fucking year.
Yeah.
I just noticed I went farther. Our first episode was 10 years ago.
Exactly.
That car that was dangling.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Sam's gonna hate this because he already heard all this before, like twice.
What are you talking about?
Remember there's that car in Austin, Texas, and yes, this is old news, but I wrote this shit 2 weeks ago.
You sure it's not Dallas?
Stop with the Dallas.
Just not Santa Fe.
Or Lewiston?
Some guy drove off of a parking garage in Austin, Texas.
Okay.
And it was hanging. If anybody has any kind of life at all, they've seen the video and they saw pictures, so they know what I'm talking about.
Right.
Right. So this goes as follows. Because it was car fishing. I mean, that's what it looked like to me. The first thing I thought of, I was like, oh, somebody's car fishing in Texas. And then I decided to make a list of jokes that goes with that story.
Oh, no. God damn it.
Do you remember?
Not the list of jokes.
Yes. As soon as I find it, too, I'm also not prepared. La, 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 la. Okay. And it's also the scope of the week, even though it was 2 weeks ago. I wanted to start a bit where I do the best Periscope feed of the week. Oh, that's how I found it. I found it on Periscope, first of all. I was like, why is there a car randomly dangling? And all right, I will, if you insist. Watch out for flagina, the flagellant vagina monster. So, car is dangling from the thing.
Parking garage.
And I was like, yep. So, car fishing in Austin, Texas. Do you have a drum roll for this? Because it's going to be awesome.
A drum? No, I don't own a drum roll.
That's it. I don't own a drum roll. Free.
There,
Just free. Oh, that's duty free. All right. Car fishing in Austin, Texas. Drum roll. Got another headline for you.
Got him!
Too many people hang out at that corner.
Nice.
All right.
Somebody got tied up at work.
A little better.
Spider-Man goes GTA. Airbnb MW.
Nice. Airbnb. Wait, did you do two B's? Airbnb MW, or did you do Airbnb BMW?
Morgan for Morgan Morgan. No, I'm surprised they put that many B's and M's together without it being a BM. What's that?
Blah blah blah.
Blah blah blah.
Yeah. Blah blah blah's law blog.
Ready for the next one? From the
Car, ladies and gentlemen, car dangling from a parking car garage.
parking car garage? From the makers of Air Jordans.
It's actually nice. Was that the joke?
Yeah, that was a joke. Shia LaBeouf called. He says, just forget what I said. To be unmotivational to the person that decided to capture a car from what it appeared to be off of the streets of Dallas. Right. Someone canceled this guy's cable.
Just poo it. Nice. Cable. Oh, cable like that holds a car?
Someone canceled this guy's cable.
All right. Just
wait, cable the car?
Yeah, because there was the cable. What literally happened in the news story is the guy drove off the parking garage.
I get what happened.
Okay.
It was going off. Yeah.
It's going off the deep
end. Then they had to somehow pick it back up. So I'm assuming they used the cable. Somebody cancel
this guy's cable.
Are you done?
I am.
Oh, okay.
I have a feeling that went more well than you think.
You're wishing well.
So
but actually the greatest thing that should happen is You know those videos
That was bad.
where they use different
Right.
wrestlers all the time to do stuff? They should
Mhm.
have Stone Cold Steve Austin stunning the car off the top of the garage
Oh,
Oh
my
my
god.
because it's in
Stone-
Austin.
Stone
That would be
Cold Steve, yeah, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Texas.
Yes.
How
Austin.
about the fact? Remember the guy that was climbing Trump Towers, and then like somebody in 5 minutes had
Yeah,
Michael Phelps suction cupping,
Yeah.
the guy suction cupping on Michael Phelps's back.
I know, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
I was like, how did they do that so quick?
I guarantee there's probably already a Stone Cold Steve Austin thing with that car. Him just
Oh, I'm
stunning
sure
it
there is.
down to the ground.
I'm sure there is.
There's got to be.
Or Hillary Clinton hacking it up, like coughing the car out.
Oh, I
Maybe
think
a
I
little
think
more.
it would be like an email joke.
Oh,
But it was actually that kind of nice. That's good. Double joke and intentional.
that's what I meant.
Right.
I swear. AKA Phil Opium Tube, ladies and gentlemen. That's me. I'm Phil Opium Tube, everybody.
Was there any other major stories, or should we do some shitty?
I got a major story. I was picking my nose the other day while I was
Yeah.
driving my car, van.
Uh-huh.
I got to make the story authentic. Van, and an old lady saw me, and she's the only one that knows. That's not the joke, though.
Nose.
No. She is the only one that knows that I picked my nose. And then it was over just like that. She knows that it happened. I know it happened. So I had to turn around and take her out.
You should have said. You should have actually ended it with "She's the only one that knows," and that would have been your best
No.
joke in like
All
at
right.
least
Well,
a year and a half.
I got a better one for you then. Let me think here. Let me think of one. I went to make a deposit at Joseph A. Bank the other day. It was a suitable transaction.
Nice. Did you add that suitable transaction, or were you?
Recovery. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
That made it worse.
A few bombs went off in New York City, but no one died. So.
Oh, why don't you just bring everybody down, Sam?
That's the end of that story. Nobody died, so
Right.
Also, now it's a
that's a
car
good.
warning.
Yeah.
A non-story.
Yeah.
Not even the guy that did it. That's the worst part. Not even the guy that did it got killed. That's insane.
I know. You know what the funny thing is, though? There is something funny to this. When I saw how big the guy was, I was like, no wonder he made no effort at all. I mean, he may as well. Didn't he put it behind the dumpster?
I don't remember. I
I don't
see
even think
that
he put it
story.
in the dumpster. That's how lazy this guy was. I was like, that makes
Uh-huh.
sense. I saw how fat the motherfucker was, and I was like,
He
is
put it in
really? Did he?
Yeah.
But then he put the other one like right next to a mailbox, and some lady looked, and she's like, "That doesn't look right."
Yeah.
He
Right.
said it was
And it
like
was a
some kid's
pipe.
science
It
project
was
or something.
pipe, or was it pressure?
No,
cooker?
pressure cooker.
Pressure
But
cooker.
in New Jersey, there were pipe bombs, and I guess it's the same guy. Or they don't know. I don't know.
You know what's really fucked up is
Nobody
how
died.
pressure cooker sales go up because people are like, "Oh yeah, that was a way to cook at one point in time." So now you can't even track who's a terrorist because pressure cooker sales went up. You couldn't even be like, "Oh, there's one guy that bought a pressure cooker.
Hey,
He must be a terrorist."
we got a good joke from one of the Facebook people, and I'm gonna
At least someone has some.
go into the shitty aftermath.
All right.
He said, if you guys want a good joke, you should talk about the last Bills game.
Oh man,
Oh my God, that's horrible.
that's good.
I mean, that's horrible for a Bills fan.
Yeah. I don't care.
Yeah. But it was a joke.
Was you
Oh, it
you
was so
agree?
bad.
It's a good one.
I was there. It was bad.
You know for sure.
I can't.
Somebody's like, I told you I was hammered. So people were like, oh, good thing you made it in the game after how much you drank. And I was like, no, I wish I would have drank and then just passed out in the tailgate area and never saw the game.
Never made it there.
Yeah, it would have been so much better.
Because did you want to play that thing for the opinion on the Knight Rider theme song?
Oh, we got it. Okay. Yeah. I want you guys to see what you think this is. I got it. Oh, can you hear it good?
Yep.
Okay. That was it, right?
That was it. Dun-dun-dun-dun.
Yeah.
You want me to tell you
So,
the whole
yeah.
story about it? There's
Okay.
a whole story behind it. Well, did you want to say
So
something?
real quick, Sam, do you know
Yeah.
the Knight Rider theme at all?
No.
Okay. Didn't that sound like to you like some Star Wars or Superman type shit?
Like a Superman thing, yeah.
Yeah, it sounded like something around that.
I thought Knight Rider, isn't that with Kip? I thought it was like doo-doo-doo. I thought it like made like computer noises and shit.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Kit's the name of the car. Holy shit. I might usually we all agree on the same things and everything, but it seems like you guys never ever even looked at Knight Rider.
No.
Are you kidding me? I used to love
All
Knight
I knew
Rider.
about is the
That was my
car.
show.
I know about the car that could talk or something.
Yeah, his name's Kit.
Which there's a lot of things where cars can talk. Like,
I thought you guys were gonna be like, yeah, Kit, and he launches out of the semi truck as it's going the other direction. He flies out and then he fights crime and then
No.
goes. Back
oh
to the semi-
yeah, I
Oh
don't
my
like.
god! I used to,
No.
I used to have a semi truck in a car. Actually, the Knight Rider car, or I thought it was.
Oh, I remember the semi
Looked
truck.
like it.
Yeah, I remember that.
Wait,
Well, I did that way
somebody
back
said
in the day.
Battlestar Galactica.
All right, here's the thing. This is the reason why it was bothering
Do
me.
you know?
I was-
Wait, do you know Battlestar Galactica or no?
I know Battlestar Asuka.
No, I don't really. Yeah.
Now we gotta have a vote to see what it sounds more like. Is what we should do.
We should, but here's what happened.
Yes.
It wasn't very recognizable because I heard this. I was playing the classical music channel when I was on the computer because that's what I do when I look up pornography.
Right.
And they played that. No, not really, but they played that song and it kept playing over and over again. They go through the whole part and then the song would stop and it'd go over again like classical music does. It's monotonous and ponderous and very linear, right? Most of the time. So.
Right.
It started over and I'm like, where the fuck is that from? It was killing me. I was like, I know it's from something. And finally I just shut it off and I was like, na 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 na. I'm like, fucking Knight Rider. It's Knight Rider. And I went to go look it up.
Alright.
One of the coolest songs ever, by the way.
See, that's what I imagine Knight Rider sounding like. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I.
Wait till it kicks in
Hang
though.
on. Alright. Everything's
Knight-
slowing down on my computer, but. hang on.
Knight Rider fans know what I'm talking about.
It's like it's literally not loading any more than that. Let me try another version.
Watch it be the one we played before.
Wait, why did it say custom?
Oh, it's a little faster. Either that or it's a Busta Rhymes rap. Pork and beans. You ever hear that song?
What are you talking? Whatever you're saying is not in it at all.
You'll hear it.
All right. Even in that fast one, we'll hear it.
Yeah, but if you play it long enough, we could get sued.
I know. That's why I'm trying to skip ahead. How far in is it? Oh,
Michael Knight, a young loner on a crusade to champion the cause of the innocent, a helper.
I don't hear it as much as you're hearing
No,
it.
here's the thing: is somebody needed to write. Somebody got called up, and they said, "We need you to write a theme for this." And they were like, "All right, this isn't a subliminal thing. We're gonna do a direct rip. But what we got to do is we got to cut it. We got to go dun dun na 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 na." They're like, "We got to break it up, or else someone will notice." I know it's an old classical song.
Wait, let's listen to this one real quick. Let's see if the person on Facebook is right. I'm gonna cough and stuff, so it's not till it comes in. Ooh,
Not even close.
that beginning was closer.
Only because it's done with violins and shit. This was a
Wait.
synthesized version of a song.
That sounds closer than whatever the hell you were talking about.
That's because you got to keep in mind that somebody was told to write
Play
a
Billy's
Knight Rider
again.
theme song. They were told to write a
Play
Knight
the
Rider
original?
theme song.
What's that?
You talking about play the classical music thing?
Yeah.
The Knight Rider theme song, yes,
No.
totally.
Let's see.
Oh wait, sorry, I gotta go back.
The conductor is eating a hamburger drunk. It's
All
definitely.
right, here we go. Dude, that's what just.
No.
That's
it's
literally
not
just
Battlestar-
what played in Battlestar
not
Galactica.
Galactica at all. Not even close. It's only because it's a classical music piece that you're comparing it to another classical music piece. You got to understand
They're the same thing, yeah.
that somebody was told to write a Knight Rider song and they had to do it with a synthesizer. and
We
they're
just
like,
heard 3
"Dun, dun,
songs that
dun,
are the same. All right, we agree.
dun, 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 dun." I'm telling you right now. You could look it up.
Let me go. Let me give you Knight Rider at the regular speed and give you a chance.
All right.
Because at that whatever that one speed was, it was nowhere near what was happening.
First of all, you can go on YouTube.
Now I know it's like 12 minutes in or something.
You look at the YouTube comment on the song that I told you about, and somebody left Knight Rider. It's just another Knight Rider.
Yeah, you.
No, it wasn't me. It was not me.
I'm gonna fast forward a little bit. Is this the faster one again?
No.
No. This is normal. All
First
right.
of all, how is this not cool? Number
Wait.
one.
No, it's awesome. Okay, wait.
It's fucking rip-off.
All
Exact
right, give me a
rip-off.
second. Hang on. Let's listen to it again because that did. Now it does sound like it. All right.
Fucking Knight Rider. It's so Knight Rider, it bothered me. I was like, these fuckers ripped off Knight Rider. I went the other way on it. I couldn't believe it. I was blaming the
Wait.
people that wrote the classical song that they ripped off Knight Rider.
The only thing.
Insane it is.
The only thing that's weird is I think it's the exact opposite of Knight Rider.
Okay.
Like
So it's Day Rider.
the rhythm is the same, but now I forget which one's which. No, the actual classical ones like bam, 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 bam. This and Knight Rider's like bam, 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 like lower.
Yeah, it's almost like they want it to be darker. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, it's darker on
Hence Knight
on
Rider.
Knight
It's the
Rider.
same, like, whatever
Rhythm.
you call it, composition or something. I don't know. It sounds smart when I say it like that.
It's where
It's
the
got
guy
the same
got it from.
rhythm to it,
Yeah.
basically.
I'll tell you the reason why I think the guy knew that he ripped it off. When you go and look up who wrote the original
which one
Knight
ripped
Rider
it off?
song, it was definitely a classical piece beforehand.
Okay.
I mean, I think most of if anybody did find it, they probably didn't mention you can barely even say it's like in Latin or whatever. Remember when I sent it to you? It actually hit.
Yeah.
So it would be hard for even people to pick up on it because it'd be hard to find. But when you look it up, somebody left a comment that says Knight Rider. I swear to God, it's not me. And I actually looked up. I actually specifically looked up what was the song that was ripped off to make the Knight Rider theme song. Actually looked that up, and you can't find anything. They actually give the credit to these guys. These guys
Right.
have been rolling in dough for who knows how many years. This could actually start some shit. That's how close it is. Because these two guys that were supposed to be the geniuses, which the Knight Rider theme song is great, but that dun 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 dun, dun, that's the only part that's ripped off. Everything else is 100% original and cool. But they were like, what do we got to do here to make it cool? And it was not a subliminal thing. They may have enjoyed classical music and had it in their head, but I don't think it was subliminal. I think they said, we got to do a little pause in there so nobody notices, just in case they heard of whatever that other song is. I can't pronounce it. Like I said, it's in Latin or some shit. So
Somebody also said, look up that 70s show theme song. What is he talking about? Isn't that... What the hell is he talking about?
maybe there's more
I don't
to
know.
it.
I don't get it. But either way, the Battlestar Galactica one was pretty close too, though.
Only because it's classical. It could be that song could be close to any classical piece because it had classical music instruments in it.
I know. Listen, the Star Wars theme song and the Superman theme song are almost exactly the same.
Oh man, you're gonna get death
No.
threats by
You know
Star
what
Wars
I'm talking
fans.
about? All right, this is gonna be the last thing we look up.
They're not that similar.
You
I mean, they're
kidding?
similar, but they're not the same.
No way. Almost exactly the same.
Knight Rider
By the
theme
same
song,
exact
right?
guy, that's why.
Yeah, it's just the same kind of sound, though. It's not the same, though.
It would take a Knight Rider fan to realize, because it came to me. I haven't heard the Knight Rider theme song in who knows how many years, tens of thousands of years. And I heard it and I was like, why does it sound familiar? It took me a while.
All right, not this part, obviously.
Are you sure that's just not the starting of a movie?
This is the start of the Superman theme. Alright, hang on.
Sounds like a Universal song.
Alright. Here it comes. In a few seconds. Oh my gosh, it's a longer intro than I thought.
Actually, this is a song they used in Three Amigos.
Right here.
I know, it's not the same.
Da-na-na-na.
Yep.
Oh, and even this.
Are you trying to say that it's even remotely close to what I was trying to tell you? That one song you played? Because it's not.
No, he's saying it's close to Star Wars.
No, I'm saying that's just like Star Wars.
Was it the same guy that did it? It was William something, right? John Williams? He probably did Superman.
I think this is it.
Are we sure that John Williams isn't Garfield's owner?
Alright. Coming up right here.
I don't recognize this theme song at all.
You're gonna get sued by Disney if you don't cut it.
It's Spaceballs.
And
right?
and it's so close. Did he do Jurassic Park too? Because it's pretty darn close to that.
I think he did.
Jurassic Park's kind of similar too.
They're all the same. It's crazy.
I always have coffee with my theme song. It's kind of a Spaceballs reference, but.
Oh, I told you I gotta watch that again. I haven't seen it.
It reminds me of kind of like the remember that game that you can never remember, Jet Force Gemini?
Yeah, I know.
It sounds like the theme song for that kind of too.
Sam was telling me about a game that I always used to love to play, and it was awesome. And then he's telling me about it. I'm like, I don't think I've ever played it before. It's like, you're the one that told me about it, and you said it was like one of the greatest games.
I watched you.
Like, I don't remember.
So there's like that.
Yeah, you even showed it to me, and I was like, I'm looking right at the game. I'm watching you.
It's a
play
Nintendo 64 game.
It must have been, and it's weird. I didn't smoke any weed or nothing. You know, I'm like, where was this time lapse that this happened?
All right. So one more thing. Do you know what me and
here we go.
1987 Elton John have in common?
No. What do you guys have in common?
I'm out.